going to start off with some selfish questions first, though. Have you watched A Christmas Story yet?
No.
What?
I know.
Well, actually, that's not true. Because you
Oh,
bet
that's
me.
right. I bet you.
You bet me. That is a lie. I answered too quick. I did watch it, but I obviously forgot because it.
You were. I think she zoned out several times during the.
It's just not for me. I feel like it's one of those movies that
You had to
you
grow
have
up
to grow up
watching.
with.
Yeah.
Like, it is just, I don't get what's funny about it.
It just, I don't know. I definitely have a lot of association with me and my brother, like sitting down and watching it. And now with Ward, my little 3.5-year-old, he's got glasses and looks just like the boy.
He really
Looks
does.
exactly like him.
Okay, I'll let that one pass. But also, I don't know if I've ever met anybody that would switch their ringtone at a time to like the Masters theme song.
Yes,
Is this
I did.
still a thing?
Oh, I still have it. Yeah. I mean, I never have my phone where it's not on vibrate easily, but when it does, it does the Masters theme song. Dave and I both grew up in Augusta, Georgia,
Yeah,
so
we love it.
we're pretty obsessed.
He's the good
with
golfer, though, but
Okay,
yeah,
I was
we
gonna
love
say.
We love the Masters.
So he's better at the links than you are.
it. Way better.
I'll accept that. And then the talk show with her daughter. There was one episode on YouTube, but I'm waiting for the follow-up with the poodles. What happened?
I
Leaving
know.
me hanging.
I know. It was
Conversations
funny.
with Isaac.
Conversations with Hillary's daughter. Yeah, we had fun on the road. She was out a lot this summer, and I love talking with kids. I mean, having
that's
kids
so
now too. Like,
adorable.
they're so fun and cute to just ask. Like, I told her all about like space and the moon, and she was blown away.
That someone walked on the moon.
I told her somebody walked on the moon. She couldn't handle it. I mean, it was fun.
Well, I hope that those
Groundbreaking.
come back because I loved that little segment and I just wanted to see what happened with the poodles. But let's talk about why we're here, the album. It was a therapy session I didn't know I needed. And I
gosh.
didn't write it, it wasn't part of this, so being the ones that sang it and wrote it, it had to have been an emotional experience for all of you.
It was, yeah. I mean, I feel like we poured everything we had into these songs and really digging deep into what we've been through and wanting to really write songs that we hope really relate to others.
I think it was a therapy session we didn't know we needed either. I mean, it was a bit of a journey. I mean, I think there was a lot of our story in this record over the last 2 years of just what we've gone through, all personally and all professionally and all together and separate. So it's kind of where Ocean came from. There's been a lot of waves of kind of ups and downs, I think, that got us to this point. But it's very honest, very vulnerable, and some deeper topics. I mean, this is a moment in our career where we want to kind of just be forthright and be completely transparent with where we are.
Do you feel like it's an album you could have made 10 years ago?
No,
No
not
way.
at all. Well, I mean, most of the subject matter. I mean, even a song like "What I'm Leaving For" is about, having to leave our kids, and then other songs like "Be Patient with My Love." I mean, kind of going through just that balance, that of this whirlwind that we've kind of been through over the past 10 years, and learning how to balance and wanting to be a better version of yourself. So there's a lot of that, I think, that comes from a little wisdom that comes from age,
And just having the first 10 years of our career really go so fast, it's like we didn't really have time to process fully. And I think you hit a certain point in your life, and we all hit it at different ages, where you start to see patterns of things like, oh man, maybe I should work on that. Oh, maybe I should work on that. Like, where you can't outrun it anymore. And I think what you're getting is 13 songs of us kind of doing that for everybody to hear, and taking all of that life experience and the work that we've done and the hard times and putting it into song.
Do you ever think, like, that's a brave thing to do, but do you ever think about that, how somebody you'll probably never meet, that song comes out and it just hits them and that they're going through the same thing?
That's what we're hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happens to us. I mean, we're huge fans of so much music ourselves, and songs just hit you in a moment. I mean, we all have those records for us that we grew up on and songs that hit us today. So if we can be that for somebody, that's the ultimate reason we love doing music.
I'm going to nerd out for a second, and I don't know if it's true or I made it up because I've listened to all your records, but on Ocean, have you had a song before where it was just you for like the first?
No.
Yeah. What was the choice of that? Because your vocals are haunting and it's so emotional, but why the choice for this one?
It really wasn't a choice. I mean, it wasn't kind of a conscious thing.
I remember being in the studio, and Dave and I both were like, God, it just doesn't feel right
stay
to
out
come
of
in on
this.
this first chorus. It just seems like such a singular emotion, and so we're really only in there to just help lift the song as it goes, and to add interest. But it's just in dynamics, but it really is. I feel like you needed to fall in to the character, that singular character. So we stayed away. That was the first time I think we've stayed off the first chorus ever.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. And then also, have you had a collaboration before, like secretly,
No.
where someone's been featured? Because why now then? I know it's amazing.
Just finally got around to doing it. We've talked about doing it with other artists as well, and finally, Little Big Town, we wouldn't leave it. I kept calling them and saying, "Gosh, we got to find the right song." And so I sent them The Thing That Wrecks You, and Karen and Jimmy both just responded so hugely to it that I think a few weeks later we had them in the studio, and.
Yeah, we were all there together, which was fun too. I mean, we made sure we found a day that all 7 of us could be there. We didn't want to have to split that up, but it was awesome watching them do their vocals and us working our parts all together. It was quite the vocal day.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
singing
like
vocals.
a joy for the producer engineer. Also,
Yeah.
they're trying to mesh all that
They worked
together.
overtime for sure.
So I was just in Nashville, as I was telling you, and I just was blown away by the music community. And I'm just wondering, what is Nashville doing right, though, that other cities like Toronto and everyone else can do to, I think, maybe support the artists? Or why? What is it about it, I think, that everybody wants to go to? It doesn't matter if it's country music.
Yeah, I feel like Nashville is such a pioneer in going into any bar, pretty much on any street, and it being live music. And a lot of times you're hearing songwriter nights where it's original music. You have a lot of the cover bands and things, but a lot of times they'll even intersperse an original song. And I think anywhere if a community can rally around the live music scene and nurture that songwriting spirit, that live show energy, I think that is one thing that Nashville does really well.
They have so much heart too. I mean, there's just the history of country music and the relationships in country music with our fans, the relationship with each other as artists. I mean, like Little Big Town and stuff. We're all good friends trying to support each other. And I think that's what you're kind of talking about as well, is we're all there cheering each other on. Everybody's cheering for each other in Nashville.
I think that's a misconception people have, is that, musicians, they don't get along, you aren't friends, it's all cutthroat. But it really does seem like a family, that y'all are buds.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think we try to push each other, and inspire each other. When I hear a great song from Little Big Town, I'm like, man, that's good. We got to come out with something that, can stand up to that, and it's just like, and hold up in that same, you're always inspired by the other artists, especially new artists that come in, and, like the new Casey Musgraves record just floored me, and it even made me go, we got to be more honest and vulnerable, and that's when the fans connect the most, and it's, really has been the truth for us.
So Canada loves you, everyone loves you, but tour possibly
Yes,
next year?
I can go ahead and say we're announcing it soon. We don't want to trump the Trump. We don't want to trump the announcement, but we've got 2 amazing artists coming out that everybody will know and love, and we'll be touring all through the States, Canada, and overseas.
Okay, last thing, it's really random though. I had a viewer tweet me saying that you have the most epic impersonation of Eric Church as Backstreet Boys.
No.
No, like
that
I
was a
didn't know
dream.
it.
That was your dream.
Your dream.
Oh, what was that? The dream?
I had no idea what they're talking
Oh
about.
no, it was a dream I had where we were doing where I said I had a dream where like we were covering like a Backstreet Boys song,
With
and
Eric
Eric Church comes up and said you shouldn't do it that way, and Eric Church like kind of goes like,
I want it that way.
I want it that way. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartbreak. Something like that. I guess that's what it was.
It
I
was
don't know.
amazing.
He has amazing dreams.
I
actually.
do
That
have
sounds
really great
amazing,
dreams.
like-
Taylor Swift has been in them all the time. Carrie Underwood,
That's for a whole nother time though, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
whole nother
They're all
interview.
PG. They're just random and weird. Like we go on crazy adventures. Me and T Swift.
T Swifty. Awesome.